What's up, guys? So, looking at the title, I wanted to share this mindset of I believe everyone should have a mentor. I don't care if you don't have any money in your bank account right now. Everyone should have a mentor. Everyone should be learning and listening to someone they look up to, someone they want to learn from and grow. And you don't necessarily need money. Yes, I do. I am a big believer. And if you get to a point where you do have a little extra money and you do make a connection with someone you look up to and you could pay them reasonably, like I have a mentor and I pay him, but I pay him within my means. Like I'm not like going out of my way and like I'm breaking the bank account. Like I worked out a deal with them where like I pay him an okay amount and it's not killing me. But that's like besides the point right now. If you have no money right now, you should have a mentor. Now, what I mean by this is we live in such an amazing generation where there's so many leaders, there's so many business owners, there's so many like people use the term influencers, but like I kind of like it's kind of a cringy term, but there's so many experts in different fields and different niches that we could learn from for free. And what I mean by this is, listen, the amount of information I give you guys on my YouTube, I did not get that from, like, I didn't just pull that out of my ass. I had to learn it from somewhere. The past 4 years, I learned so much information on YouTube, podcasts, books, or just looking something up. But like there's so many leaders and influencers that I listen to personally that help me so much, and I use that information to implement it in my life, and now I'm sharing it with you guys. What I mean by this is I have so many people I listen to on YouTube, podcast, and you'd be like, Dylan, like that's not really a mentor. In my opinion, it is. Because the only thing you're not getting if you're listening to free content online is them either talking to you one-on-one or like looking into your own life and telling you exactly what to do. But besides that, you're getting everything a mentee gets, really. Like you're listening to valuable information for free on YouTube or podcast. So for example, I like listening to Tony Robbins. I like listening to Ed Milet. I like listening to different like gym influencers that teach me about nutrition or whatever. And I take it seriously. Like I almost think of it like, say when I'm at work, like a lot of times when I'm at work, I'll listen to a podcast in the background and I'll have it in my headphones. And you got to think it's like you're almost sitting in the room with a millionaire. Whoever's talking to you, they're probably very successful. They know what they're doing. You're sitting in the room with them and you're listening to them. You can't necessarily talk back and ask them questions, but like you could sit down and listen and learn so much information. And I feel like it's cool looking at it like this way because it's like, say if you went on my YouTube app, like you logged into my account, and you look at all the people I'm subscribed to as like, it's like a fucking team. Like, oh yeah, I have my fitness coach. I have my business leader. I have the guy that teaches me sales. I have the guy that teaches me about how to record on YouTube. It's a fucking team. They're all my mentors and I'm not paying them shit. I'm not paying them anything. So if you look at it like this, first off, like I feel like everything in life and everything in mindset and self-development, it all revolves around perspective. Like when you look at it at this perspective, I feel like first you take it more serious. Also, like you feel like you have support. Like there's times where like everyone's mood dips down. Sometimes my mood dips down and I'll listen to one of these at work. And it's so motivating and so inspiring that it pulls me out of that immediately. Sometimes you just need a pat on the shoulder, like someone to listen to, and they will pull you out of that. They'll be like, listen, Like even some of the podcasts I listen to, they'll literally go over, like one week they'll go over like struggles or whatever, and say you're struggling that week and you're listening to it. There's so many times where it's like I listened to it and it had to do exactly what was going on in my life at that point, and it helped me. Like I remember too, even when I was like going through my breakup, one time like one of these podcasts had a thing about like grief and heartbreak. It helped so much. And it was literally like sitting across from a mentor one on one. So the thing I want you guys to take away from this video is you could build your own team. Say this is the beginning of your self-development journey. You could find a coach online that talks about nutrition, or you could find, like, say you want to get into real estate. There's so many people that just focus on real estate. And this could be your team. You could listen to them every week for free and gain that information. And obviously you guys know this, but I'm just like putting it in that perspective because I feel like you take it more seriously, and also it gives you like, in a way, like confidence. Say you're not where you want to be right now, but you have a team around you to know that like you could listen to so many different people. It's going to raise your confidence to get you where you want to go, because you'll be like, oh yeah, I have a fucking amazing team. Like, how could I lose? You could sit down and listen with millionaires, if not billionaires, in your free time or at work, in your earphones, and no one even knows it. Like you could literally be at work pulling garbage, sweeping, or selling burgers at McDonald's, and you got that shit in and you're listening to a billionaire. You're in a meeting with a billionaire as you're at work. Like that's the way I look at shit. I like to step outside the box. And like, I don't know, that's just how my mind works. I look at certain things like that. And when you look at it like this, it gives you an advantage on people that just don't think like this. Like there's so many people I know at work that are 40, 50, 60. And ever since they left high school, it's like they never learned again. They don't give a fuck. I learned way more shit ever since I left high school on YouTube and podcast than I ever did in high school. I literally feel like 80% of the bullshit I learned in high school, it's like it went like that. It did not help me in my life at all. And that's why I enjoy learning on my own terms, because I can actually look up and see what I want to learn. Like I'm not learning about like the fucking amendment, or I'm not learning about fractions and algebra. Like, no, I want to learn about credit scores. Boom, look it up on YouTube. I want to learn about how nutrition works. This one is crazy to me. For you to be 50 or 60 years old and it's like you don't have any idea about basic nutrition, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? That's why it's like so important to me to like continuously learn, because it's like, that's a skill, like just a basic knowledge of nutrition I learned in my early 20s that I could use for the rest of my life, that someone in their 70s doesn't even fucking really know. Like they don't know like the difference between the types of carbs and the protein and the whatever. It's like, what are we doing, bro? Like I can't believe they don't teach certain things like this in high school. But it doesn't fucking matter, because either if you're in high school or you left high school, you could have a team of fucking mentors. And on your, whoever you subscribe to, you can learn from them every single week for free. And the only thing I will tell you guys is sometimes having all this free information at our fingertips, it could be overload. It could be almost too much information. Like, oh, I'm listening to 20 different people at once. Say if you're just starting out and you want to focus on something specific, do that first. Like say you want to you want to learn on how to lose weight. Follow someone about nutrition and working out. And I use the term slay the dragon. So what that means is like you pick a topic or something you want to achieve. Like for me, in the beginning, a big one was smoking weed. And it was something I always kept struggling with. I always kept failing. Like I kept trying to quit and I'll go back. But when you slay the dragon, it means, listen, I quit for months now, or I haven't done it for a year now, and I don't even think of it. You don't even need to use brain power anymore for it because you already went through the hurdles of quitting and now you don't think about it no more. And then once you get to the point where you don't think about it no more, move on to the next thing. Like say, oh, now I want to focus on how to raise my credit score. Focus on that. Instead of like focusing on too much information at once. That's why like when you try to make money online, it is very overwhelming because you'll go from one business model, then you're listening to this other guy and this guy and that guy, and it's too much. So I do want you guys to take away on you could have a free mentor, you could build a team that you listen to for free, but just realize sometimes you don't want to have too many people you listen to. Like focus on a few at first and then go from there, attack your problems, and then go from there. So I hope you guys appreciate that. And listen, if you don't know who to subscribe to first, you could use me as a mentor. You don't have to pay me. Like I'm putting these videos up for free. Like if you need someone to listen to and you're down or you want to learn about self-development and mindset, I could be a free mentor. If not, go on YouTube, find someone else, or go on the podcast app. One tip I will give you guys is because honestly, YouTube's ads are getting out of control. Like I personally started paying for premium because I was like, dude, the ads are ridiculous right now. It's like every few seconds they're playing ads. If you have an iPhone, go on the podcast app. It's like a purple app. Type it in podcast. You can look up a bunch of free podcasts on there. But a lot of these bigger influencers will, for like every once in a while throughout the podcast, they'll say an advertisement or a sponsor for like a minute. Just hit 30 seconds forward or skip it. Like all you have to do is like a little time thing, skip it forward, listen to it. Now you're listening to a mentor with no fucking ads. You should have no excuse not to continuously learn from multiple people every single week. Like, see how empowering that is. Imagine you're trying to grow and level up, and it's like, oh yeah, I got one of the best coaches I'm listening to. I'm listening to a fucking millionaire. I got a guy that's like in the real estate. You're all listening to this shit every week, and you got to treat it like they're on your team and like they're your mentor. So that was kind of like the point of this video. I hope you guys appreciate it, and let's get after it.